In the same way luxury liners departing from the English coast would cross the Channel and make a final stop in Cherbourg, France, before traversing the Atlantic, we docked in the Clifton neighborhood of Staten Island to bring another 80 people on board. I could make a joke about how uncouth this rabble was compared to those posh, fin de siècle crowds. But for all their bustle skirts and bowler hats, people back then were undoubtedly sicker and dirtier than the well-to-do travelers I saw bounding up the gangway. Athletic gear peeking from underneath their North Face jackets. These Sybarites were propelled by an energy that requires heaps of leisure time and the disposable cash with which to enjoy it. No one gets on a boat these days unless they want to. Unless someone is paying them to be there, of course. Can you guess which category I fell into? The Get Lit cruise had been arranged for passionate, read rich, fans of literature, who would be attending a one-week series of lectures while the ship ambled eastward into the North Atlantic and then turned around at some indeterminate point, shuffling its way back to New York. Like many cruises, it was all about the journey, not the destination. And that journey was officially starting now, as the ship pulled away from the dock and headed for the open seas. I was standing in the back of the ship, the stern, I should say, in an area raised half a staircase above everything else. The floor consisted of wide wooden planks that contrasted with the poured cement covering the rest of the deck. My guess was that in warmer weather, people sunbathed here. There would be no sunbathing today, or any of the 7 days allotted for our outing. No chance of the air temperature budging north of 40. I didn't mind this. Warmth demands enjoyment. We're expected to capitalize on a warm and sunny day, whereas appreciation of cold or otherwise bad weather is attainable on its own terms. It struck me that a ship is one of the few places where people live out their lives according to the sort of rigid hierarchy ubiquitous 100 years ago. The help toiling away unseen in support of the moneyed class of paying passengers. I was just about to formulate some deep thoughts on this topic when a seagull swooped so low its talon nearly grazed my forehead. Seriously, this thing came so close, the force of its body whipping through the air blew actual wind onto my face.